Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Fire Angel Tarot. Reason for the name is while going through my dark night of the soul, uh, I had a major confirmation. I actually pulled this deck, and every most common decks have 72 cards. I do like um, decks to follow like tarot guide. Um, I tend to go that way. I'll explain the two decks I have on the table shortly. Um, but I had been dealing with being, best way to say it is too forgiving. Allowing people to continue to act the same way and perpetuate and take from me. And just because I'm a very loving and caring person, I would not stop allowing them back into my life and allowing them, you know, to treat me that way. Because honestly, that's one of my biggest lessons through tarot is that when you stand in your truth and you know that you act with good intentions, then you don't have to question or ask other people, insight into that situation. Which was one of my major codependency issues for a long time was I couldn't stand in my own truth. Um, and know that I act with good intentions. I take care of people. I actually so empathic that helping people is a pleasure to me. Even if it's the last few dollars in my pocket or, means that I have to miss something that I would prefer to do. But back to, like I said, Angel of Fire is Uriel. I was actually watching a very prestigious reader that I like a lot, and I'll do some shout out later. And it was just resonating very much, and it was, just pushing home the fact of, stand in your power. If you know you're acting with good intentions and you treat people right, then you don't have to question if you need to move on or, stand up for yourself and ask them to treat you better or, in that situationship, friendship, love, whatever it may be. Um, I've used this deck quite a bit. I do a lot of personal reads here, with family and friends and some online and things like that. And I was shuffling the deck, and I can't remember the other two cards that came out, but the third card. And that particular reading, I was told to pull three cards, My guide, I'll explain in a moment too. And so the Angel of Fire came out, and disruptions, warns of disasters and aids in transformation. The next day, I was actually kicked out of my own home by a gentleman who was actually, you know, in the closet. Decided to put a false protection order on me and remove me from my home and, act like my home was something that was just to be thrown around in my security. And so I stepped into my power that day. I definitely had my breakdown. I'm a very emotional person. I'm very connected with my emotions. And I took it back, I took back my power from that situation, and I made sure that going forward and where I've been in my life now is that, if you're not going to treat me right, I'll treat you right, but you're not going to be part of my major energy in my home and other things like that. Alright, I know that was kind of a long intro. So to explain, I like to explain this. I'm probably going to do it for a while on my channel just so people know. I had the best mother in the world. Unfortunately, she had been diagnosed with cancer when I was very young, and she passed before I even graduated high school. So she's always been my guide. In so many ways she's talked to me, and the way that she can talk to me through tarot is amazing. I get a lot of messages. So what I was led to do for this read, I don't throw everything on the ground, was to use this deck here, and that's going to give us an idea of whether it's going to be a sign, North Node, your Venus, things like that. So I'm being guided to pull until we get a sign that's going to be the resonation. But, you know, this could pull out a Jupiter. It could pull out a Mercury. So if it's Mercury Pisces, then if you're Pisces and Mercury, it's definitely going to resonate with you. Now, if I can shuffle today. A lot of my opinion is that if you use your energy and not actually reading the titles, and you know, you have readers you connect with depending on how much you listen to tarot on YouTube, which, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of addicted. Is that the readings you click on, if you're guided to it, like I said, I never read the title, then it's going to resonate. There's, you know, a lot of lessons. So it looks like we have Virgo is going to have fire energy. So what they're telling me is that it's going to be, you know, Virgo, fire energy is going to be, you know, an additional feature in the chart for sure. I personally am a triple Taurus, so mind you when I get mad. But, you know, temperance is definitely my card of learning for sure. So these would be timing cards. So two's coming up, so I'm going to pull two on this one. The other thing I kind of wanted to point out is that I do shuffle differently than a lot of tarot readers that I've ever seen, and I feel that's how I've been led to, because of the fact they actually have they have energy, you know, body, you know, energy is what moves our bodies. So when I shuffle this way, it allows them to move the cards. I don't just, you know, throw them around, but everything happens for a reason. So there's a reason those came out that way. Just shuffle them the right way. And I am not on the ball today. There we go. Okay, so then it looks like we have September. So what it could be also another, what that would be, Libra, Gemini, and Thursday. So whatever those may mean to you. You know, the biggest thing about tarot is it's a lesson. It's not, my opinion, it's not to tell a story. It's not to, you know, point out what's happening, be confirmation. It's to mainly be a reflection on what, you know, could be going on in your life or could happen. I've always seen it as a guide to prevent what's happening. I mean, I never dreamed almost my entire life. Well, you know, they say you dream, but I never remembered them. Never. I mean, I think 3 times before my awakening. Since my awakening, I have lucid, vivid dreams, and, you know, it's kind of interesting. I think it was all part of the path that I was on. I was in a very, very same karmic cycle with people. Different people, same cycle though, of allowing them to gaslight me and, you know, not, you know, again, not being enough in my power to know that I deserve better and walk away and get too involved that when it did come time to walk away, wasn't as easy, you know, a very caring person. That's going to be my Gemini Venus for sure. Alright, so Uh, these are the Shadowscape Oracle cards. I was told to pull on these 3. That's what I'm getting here. And a lot of things I do intuitively, so sometimes cards that other tarot readers would say would be a particular thing. And look at that. Mischief. I mean, I just had 3, and then we have a mischief, with 3 cats. So, intuitively, just I'm getting, actually, Lady and the Tramp. I am Siamese. I mean, that was only 2, but just very diabolical, which, I mean, is interesting. And then, birds are messengers. So I'm just getting where there's an energy that, there's mischief, obviously, with those 3. And then the Siamese from Lady and Tramp, I think everyone remembers them iconically, that they were just devious and, very slow-moving, methodical cats. I'm getting message out of the bird. I'm not even getting much more from that. I mean, it is, back's turned, looking over his shoulder, so again, more type of looking behind, like, for what they left. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. So ascension, a lot of times when you have people treat you that way, it allows you to move to the next level. Trees are growth, and, I'm pulling that this is a mind, like a brain, I guess not a mind. I'm in a very, like, quick but tired energy right now, too, so I think that definitely has something to do with the overall of the read. Currently I'm going to keep these kind of short, and kind of go from there. But that gives us an idea of who may resonate with this. So, gonna pull on, looks like, let me see. So we're gonna do past, present, future for this. So obviously 1, 2, 3. Past, present, future energy here. Virgo with the, fire in their charge. So September, something could have, started in September. Something could be, coming to fruition this September. It is the end of the year, so might be something to reflect on in September. I'm actually getting there too. I mean, I find it interesting, the synchronicity that they have here. I mean, left hand, I have a bracelet, so does the left hand there, as well as, I mean, the sun's inside of those. Honestly, look, I mean, it's the moon, sun, I'm not sure, but they look the same, almost. So, I mean, there's definitely something. I'd be curious if somebody was born on a Thursday. So look up actual day you were born. I know I was born on a Monday. I am a Taurus. Yeah. So, but it was definitely a Monday. 8:30 in the morning, small town. So we have King of Cups that came out, 6 of Pentacles. So past is the King of Cups, well, and obviously in the reverse, so, or Knight of Cups, well, if I can read. Oh, and there's our other one. It's already been flipped. Well, that's more than what we asked for. The Knight of Cups, to me, and out of all the knights, definitely, my favorite, but yet, still a knight. So, he acts, out of emotion, quickly and maturely. So I think that there's definitely somebody in the past that might have been mischievous to you. Oh man, these cards must be, they're not flipped. Or they are flipped. Wow. Yeah, I'm getting that, somebody acted in haste with you. That they obviously acted out of emotion. You might have said we need some time apart, or I just don't think that you're treating me right, considering, kind of what led me to my path here. And snapped, kind of, acted. And I'm getting that didn't take responsibility. Six of Pentacles, just getting, more intuitively on the card, I'm getting that it's, balance. The card itself is, if you cut it in half, it's the same on both sides. So I think there was this energy in reverse. Your future's coming in with a King of Wands. When it comes to kings and queens, I personally love the King and Queen of Wands because of the fact that, they're so compassionate, they're smart, they're quick-witted, but they stand for themselves. They know their energy, and they do not tend to, fold from their beliefs. One of my biggest things is that you don't have to agree with everyone. We don't have to accept everyone's point of views. Now, we do need tolerance, is what I always say. So you do have to be tolerant to other people's ideas, and be tolerant ourselves when we are in public situations, work, and so on and so forth. Sorry about that, guys. I will do my best to splice that together. My computer decided to shut down. It looks like it was, I don't know. It's, maybe you're having problems with electronics. Everything happens for a reason. I love electronics. Everything in my home is automated, but honestly, electronics do not love me. If something's gonna go wrong with them, it's gonna go wrong with them while I'm needing them. So that Knight of Cups in the reverse, that impulsive, emotional energy, Six of Pentacles, and then like I said, you're finding balance currently. You're taking time to figure out where you're heading, maybe just balancing out your energy, figuring out what you want to do with, your current situation with work, and so on and so forth. And then King of Wands, like I said, was saying earlier, my favorite king personally. Just cuts to the chase, very, not overly wordy, like, I can tend to be. Oh well. And so I think that's something you have to look forward to, is that you have somebody that's concise and, to the point. And I always feel that the King of Wands represents somebody who is very emotionally balanced, that, they do act with emotion, for sure. Wands are fire energy, so it's obviously passionate, but that's it. It's passion, not haste. So maybe this energy transforms, or maybe it's a new person. Put it where it applies. Definitely, for sure. Yeah. So let's see. I'm gonna put some on the Knight of Cups here. Did set these aside because what I have always been led, that that's a what's the best way to say it? Kind of a either a small story or going to describe a little bit more about the situation. If I get it during the row I'm working on, I believe it's going to describe the next row. I'll do it at the end, and then that way it might be able to give you more confirmation or clarity about one of the energies that may come out here. So, Knight of Cups, the Six of Cups. So, obviously nostalgia, past childhood memories, so maybe that Knight of Cups, somebody you know for a long time. Also could be somebody who's not, romantic, so it could be, masculine energy, whoever that may be, but in your past that you've moved on from, but definitely have known them for a while, for sure. And then we have the Hierophant. So, obviously marriage is, the biggest thing. Families, work situations. Usually the Hierophant, to me is somebody who's in power, definitely justice, like I guess more of an official person is something that really, really always points out for me. Uh, so bosses or, bossy people, kind of somebody who is in their power, actually. It's definitely one of the best way to say it, that I think, to say that. There were secrets. I can definitely get that energy that you're walking away for a reason. Uh, something was hidden there in that situation. You'd known them for a long time. Bossy, overpowering, overbearing is what I'm getting. With secrets, and so there's time to move on from that. Okay, so we're going to move on to the Six of Pentacles. Well, it fell on the floor. I do keep if they go on the floor, but to me, they go in reverse if they fall on the floor. How I've always again, that's how my guides tell me to read those. So, Nine of Swords in reverse, the phrase that always comes up to me when I see a Nine of Swords is, self-imposed imprisonment. Mine, because swords are interlocked, so you were just stuck in your head, or you are stuck in your head, probably about this past situation or where you're gonna go in the future. I think that what I like about it in reverse, obviously, is that it's coming to an end. I don't think the Nine of Swords ever comes out without just pointing out that there is definitely some mental conflict, for sure, at some point, about that situation. I'm honestly surprised the doggy hasn't come up to say hi. The Star. So current energy is that we're moving out of a mental confliction. Star, is that, illumination. Star and the moon in the same line there to me. Definitely is pointing out that you are seeing either how this affected you so deeply or what the secrets were, Definitely, pretty concise and to the point to me on that one, for sure. That one wanted to come out quick. Seven of Pentacles. It's Seven of Pentacles to me is, especially in this deck, walking away, from a situation you put a lot of time into. Just, and I'm getting really, because, her head's, very, like, in the hat. It's just, very covered and looking down. To me, I get that she, there was a lot of pain in that, because she's, sulking is what I'm actually getting from that hearing. Somebody is definitely like emotionally hurt, and I mean, I can feel that energy because I have been so many times because I am just so empathic. It's insane. To the point that I have to watch my energy. Now that I'm more aware of my um, gifts and everything, I honestly can, you know, make sure that I'm not in those type of energies or taking them on from other people. But one thing that has always got me with people is that you're projecting an energy on somebody. I honestly don't believe that somebody can project an energy on you. I think you can accept or be empathic to somebody's energy, but they can't push that on you. I think we're a lot more in control of our lives than we tend to accept. And, I mean, definitely something I had to learn, karmic cycle after karmic cycle, is that if you can't believe in yourself and hold enough respect for yourself, then you're accepting that energy. If you no longer accept their energy or accept their time or accept them to be in your life, then how would somebody put that energy on you? Is one of my biggest lessons I feel like that I've learned for sure. Alright, so for the future. Alright, so it's going to go in row 3 because I am going to clarify a little bit more and then wrap it up. I think I'm going to do one clarification card for the next row on the most energy that doesn't seem clear. So future energy, 4 of Cups, nostalgia, the Hermit, being the Hermit is what the Emperor had to do to be able to become the Emperor. He had to go into the mountain and be the Hermit, do a lot of self-reflection. I think a lot of people go through that exact cycle before they truly find their passion in life or stop accepting, poor relationships or people that just are not helping. I just noticed this too. I set both of these eyes upside down and setting up the table, which is ironic because I obviously would prefer them. I like things neat and tidy to be right set up. So, let me see what I'm getting out of that, but I think there's something significant about that. I think backwards thinking or just kind of distorted, or something that was distorted. I did notice it when I was actually hearing the current energy. I was going to leave it alone, but once I saw that both of them are there, I feel like that definitely is an omen for somebody that, kind of you were seeing that you are or were, I'm getting definitely are. Still not clear. I only want one more, so I'm going to put those back. On what caused this. What the deceptions quite were. Just because your current energy is here doesn't mean that you're completed with that energy. So the illumination might still be coming with the star. I did not like that shuffle. Alright, so one more. Alright, 10 of Cups though. So honestly, if you take that time here to get out of that self-imposed imprisonment, of your mind, see, have the star illuminate, what you're putting the wrong energy into. I mean, unless it was an emperor, I don't think this, your future outlook could be any better. But, especially with future energy, this doesn't have to happen. This is potential. So if the wrong decisions are made, during this, self-reflection and enlightenment time frame, with the star, you may not get to this energy. So definitely be self-aware. Nine of Cups, definitely hard worker, somebody who is self-sufficient, has built their life to be, what, you know, what's it, independent. So somebody here, self-sufficient independence. The Four of Pentacles is, decisions, you got making the decision on that independence, and then strength. So having the strength to stand in your power and not accept secrets in relationships, friendships, and, you know, obviously friends and family don't have to tell you everything, but there's a level, one of the things that this year really put me in a bad situation is I had a kind of a bad roommate situation. They contacted my sister, and we have been so close to my understanding, and instead of my sister contacting me and, believing, kind of, taking my opinion on the situation, or, inquiring about the, what could be going on, or so on or so forth, it didn't happen. And then when I asked her to come over so I could, speak after I had had a lot of my hermit time to kind of figure out, why my energy felt so off about everything, I wasn't even told that had happened. My guides told me. And so it was really interesting, because never thought it would be a point where I'd be so upset with my sister not to just contact me and, ask me, not believe she had never even met my roommate, ever. It was a new roommate, so, for her to, just kind of accept her thoughts, or, like, it's a long story. Maybe I'll go into it sometime, but it's just, when your family's gonna take somebody else's insights onto the situation and not even reach out to you and get your, what's the right word I'm looking for there, like, talk to you about the situation, that there might be time to cut somebody out. If maybe that's where this, these choices currently are coming from, because you're finally seeing the people in your life that, I guess, don't trust you, believe you, standing in your strength. Alright, and then, let's see, the Knight of Cups, Six of Cups, higher front in the moon. We're actually going to clarify with another deck, actually. This is one of my favorite decks, and I'm being called to use that. And then I'm going to go ahead and actually put a, it's an oracle that just has clarification, one of these with each too. Get some of that energy here. Well, thank you guys for watching. Definitely appreciate it. If you can, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Give me any input that you would like. I'm definitely down for feedback. I'm not triggered by anything like that, and so if you want to provide feedback, be as negative as you want. Your energy is not going to affect me. It's just going to show everyone around you, or anyone who sees that comment, that you are in a karmic energy, and that you are needing to learn a particular lesson. If somebody triggers you, one thing that I always say is that it's going to point out something that you need to deal with, because why would we let somebody like that affect you? Five of Wands is definitely like conflict, so that's interesting. It goes with it. I don't know how else to expand on that, because obviously if there was, Knight of Cups in reverse, very emotionally abusive. The other thing I'm getting is like, that's, so many people are emotionally abusive. They disregard your feelings and say, oh, you shouldn't feel that way. My feelings are valid, whether you think they are or not. And vice versa, so are theirs. Um, but if somebody is literally going to make the statement that you shouldn't feel that way, then you should walk away the second you hear that out of anyone's mouth, because they are just, at that point, they literally have no care for how they make you feel, because they may not have intended it that way, but you felt that way, and so that's absolutely valid. And if somebody is going to be part of your life, then they need to accept their responsibility in how they make you feel. There's obviously, in all situations, did you feel that way because of a past situation that you hadn't healed from? Sweetness in reverse. So, Knight of Cups in reverse is definitely not a sweet person. So I think that's just, even further confirmation of exactly what that past situation was, And my opinion, why would you leave something that was good? So obviously there's lessons to learn. I think that, friends, families, like, people are in your life for a certain amount of time for a reason, to learn a lesson about you and discernment about, paying attention to the red flags, the things that point out that maybe you should have never even gotten that situation. I didn't learn that lesson. I had to go through 5 karmic cycles with the exact same energy, to the point that my boyfriend, when I was 19, if you haven't caught on yet, that boyfriend, was literally to the T the same as the last guy that I dealt with. It was that once I finally, like, got myself out of the, emotion and that type of thing, 'cause, again, that's always been one of my biggest mistakes, is caring too much to allow so many things to just get by, and for it to get so bad. And even at workplaces that I ended up, I tolerate it so long that it's like that fuse is completely gone, and it's game over, and you see my 3 Tauruses come out, that's for sure. So, like I said earlier, that's definitely something I am working on, to speak my truth sooner, so that I don't get into that energy of being just completely over it, and allowing the cycle to go that far. Just honestly. Manifestation, Magician, Temperance, as I was just speaking of them. The cards even flow together. Beautiful colors. I'm going to take the 2 there, because I think that that's exactly what is being done right now. Is, I think, after every relationship, if you take this time, and maybe you're not in this energy, maybe you need to get in this energy and reflect on what did go on here. Like, what made you, maybe you weren't so sweet in the situation, Flip and switch the roles. Could be your energy in all of this, that these are all how you treated somebody else. I've had my karmic cycles. During my dark night of the soul, I called the ex when I was the karmic, and, he's actually the only one, ironically, that I deal with, and I apologized to him. I specifically said, I am so sorry that you were the best partner I ever had in my life, but you got the worst of me. All the other guys that treated me even terribly, he never treated me poorly whatsoever. He got the worst of me because I had to switch into that karmic energy. And, that was supposed to be a lesson that I learned, and I didn't learn it. I had been alone for a while after him, and when I guess the last guy that I dealt with, I was not truly in a relationship with. But when you're being so emotionally manipulated and gaslighted and trying to, just figure out what it is, um, I mean, everyone again has a right to their feelings, and when somebody's not willing to answer those questions or work with you through your feelings of that situation, they're probably being triggered. I mean, people don't act a certain way with no thought behind it. I mean, people aren't that impulsive. I, I, I fully believe that people think out things a lot more than we tend to think. We kind of, especially, I mean, just in this era, I think a lot of people are very, I guess, they know what they're doing, is the best way to say it. Um, uh, I don't know, I can't even make this up. This is crazy. Magician magic, so manifestation magic. Temperance is, going within, tempering yourself, being calm, and trusting your intuition. Like, nothing more needs said there whatsoever. That's to the T. Get out of your mind. Figure out what this, star is going to illuminate about the secrets in the past. Where you need to put your efforts in correcting yourself in. Manifest and be temperate. Just, calm, relaxed, and make sure that you are, not operating out of an energy of lust, or, that honeymoon phase, and ignoring the red signs. I mean, I feel like a lot of people that are going to be in this energy have probably been through 2 or 3 relationships at minimal, and so you know what those flags are. Why would you ignore them? Put those back. I think I had one flip on the front here, and I'm going to take that one. With this one. I know I said one, but, everything happens for a reason. Well, I mean, it is the Knight of Wands, so he, wands are definitely lusty energy, for sure. So if the King of Wands and the Knight of Wands are there, this person in the future, I mean, the devil is not a bad energy here at all that I'm getting. I think that when you put yourself in a true power, not willing to accept those past karmic cycles, how people are going to treat you, you're going to bring in somebody who's compassionate, caring, straightforward, powerful, but they have a younger, fun side to them. So, I think you're going to have fun in that relationship. Ace of Swords, Six of Wands, death, moving into a new cycle. You're going to have choices. So I think this is just clarifying that you can get to this energy, but are you going to make the right choice? 2 of Pentacles, definitely like juggling decisions, and definitely financial, but I feel like the way our society is now, nothing that you are connected to anymore can't be a financial decision. A relationship is a financial decision. Are they able to give you an equal give and take? Are you going to be taking care of them? Some people are in a bad situation. But what I always find interesting about that is why, if they were in their time of lack like that, then would they not need to be on the dating scene? They would more need to be doing their hermit time and, working on themselves and fixing, what they need to fix before, putting the stress. Because, I mean, everyone's financially stressed, and that's not going to be good for anyone's, relationship. It's just not. I'm going to go ahead and close out with one oracle card. I'm going to pull on the energy here. This is going to be just, I'm getting that it's going to be what you need to pay attention to in upcoming relationship, friends, bosses, romantic as well. Yep. And like I said, thank you guys again. I appreciate you watching. I definitely am down for feedback. It's kind of interesting to me to do it over video. Usually I do it, person to person when they do tarot reads. So I think I will get more into my flow here eventually as well too. And I think you'll get to know me more, and hopefully I get to know you guys. Definitely love it. The secret spring. I mean, it says success, so I think overall this is great energy. I mean, learn from your past, work on yourself before moving on to the next relationship, and pay attention, manifest with temperance, and pay attention to how you show up and what energy you're providing. Definitely something that I, am aware of, and working very hard to make sure that I don't accept that negative energy. I mean, you can't just run away from a coworker, but you can, stand up for yourself and be like, I don't deserve to be treated that way. Bosses and things like that. A lot of times, those bosses are in positions because they themselves manipulated their way into that or bullied their way into it. So, stand in your power. I feel like I was led to open this channel to help the good people understand and see the triggers, and help guide to get the good people, the compassionate people, the loving, caring, good people back into power. Literally in so many ways. But I think that'll all come out in time. So, again, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.